Marvel Studios hired the guy who directed What We Do in the Shadows for their new Thor movie. Is this the first good Thor movie like ever? Come with me and you'll see a world of pure Thor imagination. You know that feeling when you go to a drive-thru and you're pleasantly surprised at the taste of your food? Like they accidentally put real milk in your shake, or they left your 7-layer burrito under the heat lamp for just the right amount of time? Or, and this is my favorite, you get a couple curly fries in with the regular fries? That's a thing I like to call an Irish surprise, folks. Well, that same feeling is what you get from Thor Ragnarok, the latest assembly line cheeseburger from Marvel Studios. Director Taika Waititi has managed to inject a sense of fun into the Thor solo movies that so often feel more like expensive Shakespeare-in-the-Park productions. Chris Hemsworth is back as the mighty Thor, god of thunder. This time Thor must battle his devious sister Hela. She wants to conquer Thor's home planet of Asgard and take her rightful place on the throne. I'm getting bored just talking about that part. But in the middle of all that tedious, vaguely British-sounding bullshit, there's a truly insane diversion where Thor is captured by an evil despot named the Grand Master. The Grand Master rules over a trash planet and forces his prisoners to fight to the death. 2 of those prisoners happen to be Thor and the Incredible Hulk. One of the highlights of this film is an extended brawl between Thor and the Hulk that's full of awe-inspiring visuals and callbacks to the other Marvel movies. Thor Ragnarok looks exactly like a 1970s album cover come to life. Flip through your parents' Jefferson Starship record collection and you'll know what I'm talking about. For all the pretentious monologuing and tearful goodbyes, this is basically a comedy. Goldblum is a villain that doubles as comic relief. Hemsworth plays Thor as some kind of bumbling doofus, and his chemistry with Mark Ruffalo's Hulk livens up what could have been a dull second act. Extra praise goes to the music of composer Mark Mothersbaugh from the band Devo. The music jumps from prog rock to disco to orchestral bombast over and over again, sometimes in the same scene. It's inventive and fun, but it can lead to the movie feeling like it's 2 or 3 films jammed together. It kind of is, as all the stuff on Asgard is standard fantasy movie crap, and the subplot with the Grandmaster is a surreal buddy comedy mixed with acid trip visuals. But this is still a huge improvement over the self-seriousness of the previous 2 Thor movies. Thor Ragnarok is one of the most enjoyable Marvel movies of the last few years. This movie is for Reginald, a huge fan of the Dune novels that makes a few extra bucks painting leather-clad barbarians and half-naked princesses on the Venice boardwalk on the weekends. Reginald doesn't sell too many of these paintings since most people go to Venice Beach to run around in the sand or purchase novelty federal booby inspector t-shirts to give as gag gifts. One day, he hopes to be discovered by Robert Plant from the band Led Zeppelin, who will then hire him to design the cover of one of his albums. Too bad Led Zeppelin's been broken up for years, buddy. You should definitely see Thor Ragnarok, but also seek out Roger Vadom's 1968 film Barbarella. Much of Thor Ragnarok's aesthetic owes itself to Jane Fonda's cult classic and other psychedelic sci-fi comedies like Flash Gordon. Fonda plays the title character, a secret agent from the 41st century who finds herself caught up in a variety of cosmic adventures that almost always end up involving sex. Special attention should be paid to the scene where Barbarella is hooked up to a machine that kills people by administering extreme orgasms. Yes, this movie is from 1968 and they had extreme orgasm machines in the future in movies. Thanks for watching Cinemacope, guys. I've been reading your comments, and no, I am not Black Fred Armisen. Also, I am 33 years old. I am not 43. Someone made a joke that because I have gray hair, that I must be really old, but I'm not. 33 is technically a millennial, like barely. Okay, I was in high school when 9/11 happened. That makes me a millennial, I think. But I'll Google it and tell me if I'm wrong.